Hi everyone, welcome back to Nest Artfully. Hope you're all doing great. In this video, we're going to take a detailed look at my kitchen. Now, a lot of you had questions about the countertop, which is quartz, about backsplash tiles, house maintenance, and so much more. So we're going to look into all of those aspects in this video. Let's get started. Now, this is the entrance of the kitchen. We've created a partition here. This is like a sliding door, but it's not something that we can lock. It's just as a partition, and that's mainly because I wanted a partition separating the living dining spaces from the kitchen. It's very helpful for me because I find cooking a rather messy affair, and when we entertain, I'm always able to kind of close the kitchen up to create some privacy for the living and dining sections. Also, I can continue cleaning or cooking there when people are enjoying the rest of the home. So this is something that I personally wanted. Now, this is a design that I had to create because we had some technical limitations in terms of the number of panels, because the wall on the other side is not even on both left and right. So the number of panels couldn't be even. So I came up with this particular design, and we went for a rubber wood as frame, which we then polished to our liking. And the glass itself, I didn't want plain frosted glass. I did want glass because that way we are not limiting the amount of light in the kitchen, which I wanted to maximize on. At the same time, we went for fluted glass, which gives a very beautiful, very glamorous look. At the same time, it creates privacy and also allows light in. So that is the story behind this partition entrance. Let's go inside. So as soon as you enter the kitchen, the first things that you notice is, of course, the countertop, the backsplash, and on a major visual scale, the laminates for the top and bottom cabinets. Now, laminates, we went for Merino laminate, that's the brand, and the color, if you want more details, this is moss grey and this is Tahiti Samoa teak. So these are the names of the laminates. Now let's talk about what a lot of people had a lot of questions about, which is the quartz countertop, and of course some questions about the backsplash tile as well. The countertop is quartz, and after debating whether we should go for granite or vitrified tile or nano or quartz, we selected quartz based on the fact that it's extremely strong, durable, and comes with several color options. Now, when you go for a lighter quartz like this, there are obviously some cons to it in terms of stains and how to maintain, which I'll go into detail in a bit. In terms of the backsplash, we went for something a little busy in terms of pattern because the rest of the cabinetry is extremely plain. So I thought I could afford this design here because it kind of offsets the rest of the area, which is just very normal and very plain. So this kind of adds a little bit of drama, and I felt the design had a little bit of that fusion between a traditional design and a modern design, which I felt was perfect for our home, which is that kind of fusion. And also the color scheme is something that goes with the rest of the home, which has a lot of green, so that's why I selected it. Initially, I was very tempted to go with subway tiles or something with texture, but then I realized that cleaning can be a rather hard affair with something like that because of the number of grout lines or the texture holding all the grime and grease. So we went with this, and it's so far been an excellent choice because this style is super easy to clean. Even the grout lines are with minimum gap, so hardly any issues for me in terms of cleaning it, and really happy with both the choices. Now, both these styles we purchased from Material Depot. Material Depot has a store here in Bangalore on Bannerghatta Road, which I visited countless times when we were doing up this home. I really love my visits there because it's wonderland for someone like me who loves interiors, loves products about interiors. So they have a vast variety of tiles, they have wallpapers, wall panels, MDF items, they have everything that you can require for doing up your home interiors, and it's a place where you can really touch, see and feel these products. You can actually take a look at the quality before you place an order, so that offers a lot of reassurance. So be it the quartz or be it the tile, we took a look at how they merge with each other. They also have options where you can see renders on the computer where they apply this to a template that they have of different kinds of kitchen, and you can be very sure about what it is that you are going to eventually get. The countertop is quartz. So when it comes to a lighter colored countertop like this one in our home, stains are going to happen given sufficient time, and what I find most effective when it comes to cleaning this is the Sabina dishwash powder. I just put some powder and then I scrub it with a soft Scotch Brite. I just scrub the soap powder nicely with a little bit of water so that you can see the foam, and then I leave this foam for a bit, let's say about 5 to 10 minutes. I just give it a final wipe down and the stone is as good as new. And that is how I tackle the stains in the kitchen. I won't say that it's been extremely tough or anything like that. It's been quite smooth. I clean it regularly as and when the stain falls. The most difficult stains are long-term stains that has been left soaking into the stone for a long time. Now we are looking at the chimney here. We've gone for a Faber chimney and we planned this during the design stage so that we're able to create dummies above it so that it hides the wall space, because we don't have tile or anything there, it's just wall and the exit of the chimney itself. So the other feature I'd like to point out in our kitchen is that we've taken storage to the ceiling, and mainly because it creates much less maintenance work for us. We don't have to keep cleaning the top of the cabinets, which get extremely greasy and dirty and is rather tough to clean. So we decided that this gives both storage as well as makes maintenance a much easier thing to do. The next feature I want to talk about is the below counter cabinets. Now here we try to create more drawer space than just simple shelves, and that is to make accessibility much easier. So we have the standard 3 drawer below the stove area. Besides that, we have 2 more deep drawers where we keep our larger vessels, and on the other side of the kitchen as well we have 2 deep drawers. This we use as a pantry. Now beside that we have a pull out, which is a bottle pull out, and we store in that all oils and anything else that we may have stored in bottles. Talking about over the counter storage, everything is pretty standard except for this particular unit, which has this sort of open, and it's quite convenient actually, because the main reason being that when you open cabinet doors like this, it's kind of swings into your face, whereas this one it just seamlessly goes up and it's quite easy handling as well. This is the long vertical storage section of this kitchen design. At the base is the drawer where we store our baking items. Above that, these 2 places, slots, were originally intended for built-in appliances, but we do not want built-in appliance, and that way we actually end up having more space. So we only have an oven, no microwave, and in the future we can place any other appliance here as well. For now I'm just storing some snacks, my mixer grinder and a few other smaller products. This is a closed cabinet, but it has very narrow shelves, so I haven't really gotten around to organizing this. Here on the countertop, I have this unit which I had purchased from Amazon. It's an IKEA unit, but I purchased from Amazon, and I'd spoken about it when we were living in Goa. Back then I was using it to store my art and stationery supplies. Right now I find it extremely convenient to store products to be kept in the open, like my coconut, potatoes, garlic, onions and all of that. This is the under cabinet lighting. As you can see, it's warm white, which is more of ambient lighting than task lighting. If I were to go for white, then it would have been more useful as task lighting. However, we just wanted ambient lighting. It makes the backsplash look very pretty and just adds an overall nice glow to the kitchen space when we are using it but not actively cooking here. For actual cooking purposes, we went with overhead lighting. This lamp is from Philips. It's very sleek in terms of design, at the same time extremely functional. We opted for it mainly because of the brightness it provided, which was very efficient, and in terms of the lighting color, we were able to switch between white, neutral and warm white effortlessly by just switching it on and off. So that's the main reason we went with this lamp. Moving on from the kitchen, we come into a very small utility section, and here in the utility area we have the largest sink for washing the dishes. Below the sink we have 2 cabinet doors to which 2 dustbins are attached. In the cabinet right above the sink we have a tray area where we can actually wash our plates and put it there for it to drain and dry, and we can directly take it from there and use it during our meal times as well. So that is something very useful. Beside that, we have some more storage where we put away things like detergents and so on. Next to the sink, we have a small slot beneath the countertop where the dishwasher fits in. And on the other side, the opposite side, we again have a niche where the washing machine goes in. Beside the washing machine, we have the pipe duct, which we really can't use, and beside the pipe duct we had some amount of dead space which we thought will turn into a mop cabinet, and that's what we did. So this is a very simple plain white cabinet, so it kind of mimics like it's the wall, and we have push to open doors, and inside we have space to store our Dyson vacuum cleaner, brooms, mops, any other cleaning material, and my pesticides and fertilizers for the plants and so on. So all of that goes in here. So that's the utility area and the rest of the kitchen, of course. I hope that this was an informative video. If you want any more questions answered about any of the products we utilized or about any of the features, please do leave it in the comment section and I'll get back to you immediately. So thank you so much for watching this video. I know that in the previous video we were not able to go into a lot of this in detail, so I hope I answered most of those questions in this video. Take care, and I'll see you soon in my next video in another part of our new home.